What's up, guys? This is my second time recording this video because the last time I had no audio. So I'm hoping I got this book. Let me get the philosophy book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm going to do an entire YouTube series of me reading it all. This is the first page. Guys, the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. That was the 6th century BCE. Tradition Chinese philosophy approached Taoism before 690 to 1046 BC. During the Qing dynasty, people believed fate is controlled by deities and practiced ancestors worship. 1045 to 56 BCE. Under the Zhou dynasty, the mandate of having God-given authority justifies political decisions. After the 5th century BCE, Confucius or Confuzi sets out his rules for personal development and for ethical government. 4th century BCE, philosopher Zhuangzi moves the focus of Taoist teaching more towards the actions of the individual rather than those of the state. 3rd century CE, scholars Wang Biao and Gao Zhang create a neo-Taoist school. In the 6th century BCE, China moved towards a state of eternal internal warfare. As the ruling Zhou dynasty disintegrated, this change brought a new social class of administrators and magistrates within the courts who occupied themselves with the business of devising strategies for ruling more effectively the large body of ideas. That was produced by these officials became known as the Hundred Schools of Thought. All this coincided with the emergence of philosophy. All this coincided with the emergence of philosophy in Greece, uh, and shared some of its concerns, such as seeking stability in a constantly changing world and alternatives to what had previously been prescribed by religion. But Chinese philosophy evolved. Chinese philosophy evolved from practical politics, and there was therefore concerned with morality and ethics. Was therefore more concerned with morality and ethics rather than the nature of the cosmos. One of the most important ideas to appear at this time came from the Tao Jing, the way and its power, which has been attributed. God dang, my arm hurts from holding this. Attributed to which has been attributed to Laozi. Lazio. It was one of the first attempts to propose a theory of just rule based on virtue. I know this probably sounds bad, but this is my second time recording it, so just bear with me. Which could be found by following Tao, or the way, and forms the basis of the philosophy known as taoism. Cycles of change. In order to understand the concept of Tao, it is necessary to know how the ancient Chinese viewed the ever-changing world. For them, the changes are cyclical, continually moving from one state to another, such as from night to day, summer. Give me a second. It's. Give me a second. Let me. Is this working? Okay, I'm going to reread the cycles of change. Cycles of change. Give me a second. Cycles of change. In order to understand the concept of Tao, it is necessary to know how the ancient Chinese viewed the ever-changing world. For them, the changes are cyclical, continually moving from one state to another, such as from night to day, summer to winter, and so on. They saw the different states not as opposites, but as related. One arising from the other, these states also possess complementary properties that together make up a whole. The process of change is seen as an expression of Tao. and leads to the 10,000 manifestations that make up the world of Laozi. And the Tao Ching says that humans are merely one of these 10,000 manifestations and have no special status. But because of our desire and free will, we can stray from the Tao and disturb the world's harmonious balance. To live a virtuous life means acting in accordance with the Tao. And knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. I argue with this. This is falsifiable. Okay, now I spend a lot of time by myself inside of this bedroom that I'm currently in my own bedroom, inside of my house. Um, uh, uh, Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. See, I spend a lot of time by myself thinking about myself and about what I would do in specific certain situations. So I kind of can. I feel like I know myself, right? But it's kind of, I feel like other people are spontaneous and can be psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, all this stuff that you don't even know. But you know what you are most of the time, right? But you don't know what other people are, right? So it's harder to know other people than yourself. So then when it switches to knowing yourself as intelligence, but knowing yourself as true wisdom, Sabwise. Yeah, Sabwise, because Sabwise is the name of my channel. It's spelled W. Give me a second. I know the Y's, and my name is WHY. I'm calling myself Sabwise, as in like wise, like wisdom, philosophy. Except I spelled it Y, because why? Like that's what philosophy is. Why? Following the Tao, however, is not a simple matter, as the Tao Jing acknowledges philosophizing about Tao is pointless, as it is beyond anything that humans can conceive of it. It is characterized by Wu, or, in brackets, not being. So we can only live according to the Tao by Wu Wei, literally, non-action. By this, lousy does not mean not doing, but acting in accordance with nature, spontaneously and intuitively, that in turn entails acting without desire, ambition, or recourse to social causes. So he means is being calm and not aggressive and spontaneous. Like watch what you say and watch what you do, and make sure when you do something it's nice and not mean, and it's nice towards nature. Most importantly, is what I take this to be. This is lousy. So little is known for certain about the author of the Tao Jing. It was traditionally assumed to be Laozi or Lao Tzu. He has become an almost mythical figure. It has even been suggested that the book was suggested that the book was not by Laozi, but is in effect a compilation of sayings by a number of scholars. What we do know is that there was a scholar born in the state of Shu with the name Li or Lao Tian during the Zhou dynasty, became known as Laozi or the Old Master. Several texts indicate that he was an archivist, at the Zhou court, and that Confucius consulted him. So archivist means like he keeps books, he reads them in libraries, uh, like a librarian. Rituals and ceremonies, Legend states that Laozi left the court as the Zhou dynasty declined and journeyed west in search of solitude. As he was about to cross the border, one of the girls recognized him and asked for a record of his wisdom. Laozi wrote the Tao Jing for him and then continued on his way, never to be seen again. Kira, 6th century BC, Tao Jing, also known as the Laozi. Okay, now we have this here. The Tao, or the Way, is the source of all existence and the root of all things seen and unseen. Is she in its a solitary life of meditation and reflection, acting thoughtfully, not impulsively, acting in harmony with nature, living in peace, simplicity, and tranquility, is achieved through women non-action. So you see, all of these four things here is achieved through women non-action, and Tao, the way, is the root of everything and the source of existence, and that is achieved through non-action, or wu wei, is what this book says. Living in harmony with nature is one path to Tao Jing, prescribes for a well-balanced life for this man that could mean respecting the ecological balance of the lake and not overthinking fishing. Here. Thanos respects this person. See, if everybody was like this man, Thanos would not have to do what he did. You see, you might see Thanos is a power-hungry tyrant, but he's actually just a philosopher, and decides that every rude person that is impulsive needs to be dead. Right. So this man, if he was alive and Thanos came here, he ain't dying because Thanos loves this dude, and he loves Thanos. Yeah. Goodbye, guys. We